With the rising cost of college education today, there are a lot of people who are seeing cuts in schools who are trying to save money by taking out things like home economics and shop classes, technical preparedness classes. Do you think that Chagrin Falls should continue with those classes in their schools? Mr. Weingart, we'll start with you.
Absolutely they should. I think that classes like shop and home economics play an important role in a well-rounded education for any student. Someone that might excel in math might not find shop or home ec as appealing to them, but then that person that does well in either of those two studies might not do as well in math. Maybe they have a future in one of those courses. So I think it's important to continue any sort of education path that gives a student the opportunity to be exposed to an elective, if you will, like home ec or shop, because they might find their calling there. And if you take that away and don't give them the option, they might be missing their calling for something that would lead them to a bright career in the future.
Thank you. Mr. Hogan.
Well, this is a big issue in my house. I have a freshman at Ohio U and a junior at University of Cincinnati, and yeah, the cost of higher education is really skyrocketing. And what I keep discovering is it feels like there's more and more pressure on my sons than there ever was on me going to college, as far as like a cost-benefit analysis to what you're going to study and what you're going to come out with. Just because the investment is so great. If you go for a couple years and don't finish, now you've got 2 years of student loans to repay without the ability to get a job to repay them. So there's more and more people looking at the cost-benefit analysis of what they're going to study, and for maybe college isn't the choice that everybody's going to choose. So I think we're very fortunate in Chagrin Falls. We're part of a consortium with Excel Tech. Yeah. We have a lot of great programs, welding, theater, and more, beauty. There's all kinds of great programs that kids that don't choose college have an opportunity to pursue career work, vocational work, and they're wonderful programs, and I think we're very fortunate to be a part of that Excel Tech program.
Thank you. Mrs. Bose.
I think another important role of a board member is to support our administration, and right now our strategic plan is about individualizing education for each of our students. So I think that, supporting our administration in keeping our curriculum more than just about the pressure to standardize for the reading and math state criteria is very important. So I would work hard to make sure that we're keeping our curriculum as robust as possible. And again, that's the job of the administration, and they bring the educational expertise, but I would work very hard to support their direction.
Mrs. Thomas.
Well, unfortunately, we do not have home ec or shop in the Chagrin Falls schools. We have not had shop for many, many years, and home ec left. It was called consumer science in the 90s. Left several years ago. And I was the only board member actually who protested home ec leaving our buildings. Unfortunately, the state has put increased demands on kids to take more courses to graduate from high school. It's gone from 18 credits to 21. And there really isn't always a lot of time for many electives. But for the students who don't go to college, as Michael said, we do have Excel Tech, where there are a conglomerate of vocational programs, and kids can come out and immediately get a job. So we have fallen into the trap of having to offer a more robust curriculum of core courses, although we do offer many, many music, art, etc. electives, but we do not have and have not had shop or home ec for a while.
Okay. Mr. Cashy, would you?
I agree with what Mike and Ann said. That we are fortunate to be able to access and belong to Excel Tech. That does give a student the ability to gain real skills, real life skills, and go out and get a job without having to go to college. The dynamics of the workplace, it's funny, I'm on a board at Case Western Reserve, and the single largest complaint that the employers have of the kids coming out is that their technology skills aren't where they should be. So these are some of the things that we're going to have to provide. The state's changing what they want. They want these kids to have accounting, but there's only so many hours in a day. They are now starting with, we started an entrepreneurship program. It's the classic, everyone's demanding more, and nobody, all those people that are demanding more aren't helping. So I think we have to stay, with Excel Tech. We have to continue to be able to offer these students outlets. And that's it. That's it.
Mrs. Garvey, wrap up the conversation.
Well, as a district, I think we recognize that students are individuals and they have different needs and different learning styles, and we need to do our best as a district to provide the types of curriculum choices they would desire. It seems like we're actually in an era of expanding curriculum choices within our district and recognizing that that doesn't always mean additional expenditure of funds if we can do it creatively through consortiums, et cetera. So I think that personalizing education, as Sharon pointed to, is a very strong initiative and a very solid one, solidly supported by the parents and the teachers and the students. And that means providing students with choices and trying to give them opportunities to go take a college level course if they're ready for that, take a course online if they're ready for that, and then also engaging the experts in our community to come into our schools and help with different types of offerings for students. So we're creating Renaissance students who have a variety of skills to bring besides just core academic.
Okay. Well, so far.